Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how to play a simple lick in the key of B using the Mixolydian mode and the blues scale. But first let's actually break it down and actually talk about the two scales that we're going to overlap. So what we need to do is we're just going to take position 1 of each of these scales, and we're just going to pick the 6th string root position. Happens to be right here at the 7th fret. And we're just going to go over the basic blues scale. Now, for those of you who don't know this scale yet, I'll be discussing both scales in a later lesson. So anyway, so the first one is the blues scale, and this is just position 1. And then the second scale is the Mixolydian mode, position 1, also starting from B. Now for this one, we're actually going to start with our middle finger. Now there is actually an extended version of this, which I'll discuss in a later lesson, but this is the condensed version. Now we're going to actually take specific notes from each of these scales and we're going to overlap them. So again, this can actually go over our basic B7 chord. Also at the 7th fret with the 6th string as the root. Now the notes that we're actually going to use here, we're actually going to start on the minor third, even though the chord itself has a major third in it. We're going to create a little bit of tension here. And we're going to start on a minor third, and then we're going to actually slide, or I'm sorry, hammer on. You can slide if you want. You can slide, but in this case we're actually going to hammer on. It's just going to make it a little bit faster, especially going to the next part. We're going to slide hammer on from the minor third to the major third. And then we're going to go to the 5th. And then from there, we're going to hammer on to the 6th, also the 13th. And we're going to basically, from there, when we put those two parts together, we're doing 2 hammer-ons. We're playing 16th notes. From the minor third to major third, then hammer on from the 5th to the 6th. Then we're going to go to the root up top. So we're only playing one note at the top on the 1st string. So that's the first part of the lick. So the second part, we're going 1, E, and then we're going to the second beat of the lick, which is starting at the root note. And then from there, we're actually going to go to the 7th over here with our 4th finger, and then we're going to be doing a descending pattern. So we have, and then we're going to go back to the 6th, to the 5th, so it's, and then we're going to repeat that last part, and then we're going to land on the tritone in this case, or the flat 5 or augmented 4th, however you want to look at it depending on the context. So up until this point we have, so notice I'm actually doing a combination of hammer-ons and pull-offs here. And I'm also picking certain notes that I'm wanting to accent. So we're having downstroke, hammer, downstroke, hammer, downstroke, upstroke, downstroke, pull off, upstroke, downstroke, pull off. So, and then that lands us on the tritone. So up until this point we have, and then from there we're going to add a little bit more. So we have, and then we have, so that last part We're basically just descending through the scale, or the blues scale at this point. And then we end up on the 5th. And then from there, we're going to do a slide. We're actually going to pick, starting from the 7th, with our pick. We're going to go up to the root note. And then from there, we're going to use our middle finger to pluck the perfect 4th. And then we're going to let both notes ring out and treat it like a double stop. So when we put it together, so when we add some overdrive, it's going to sound like this. And there's our lick. I'll see you next time.